a team coming off a crucial bye week, the UNLV Rebels, taking on a team looking to get into the win column, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
Entering play call screen.
The Rebels will boot it away to start the game. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. So Wake Forest's return team didn't help matters out much with that one. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
Solid game to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
I know the passing game sells. The passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the running back. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Catch in the middle, it's Green. A quick tackle made, but he's got ready for the first down.
Inside zone.
And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Entering play call.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Got stuffed on first down, it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Drive wheel is selected.
Every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a 4th quarter game.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of the stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Got it in the middle, it's Green. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm fine.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, running back gets to give. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
Hail Mary. Go normal. You have well got. You be sneak.
A methodical, relentless, somewhat demoralizing opening drive for the defense as they've just moved the ball down the field. Now it's third and short.
And David, on 3rd inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. How are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get him some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the play.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, the inside give. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3 balls at the 14.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter.
Wide offset, X-keep choice,
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down.
Right.
They'll try it on the ground. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wake!
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
Selected.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Well, that was about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Rebels offense will have its first possession of the game. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David?
Yeah, you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground, and they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, a lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Goes to the option. Shakes off the tackler. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
And the fullback breaks off a nice gainer there. No such thing as just 3 yards in a cloud of dust with this guy. He can make people miss and get you a play.
Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. The give on the inside. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
Flex pump is shot. Flex there.
The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
We know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
It's complete. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target.
Entering play call.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. They'll run it from the gun. And the Demon Deacons get enough to move the chain.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yard. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Extra choice.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack, once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
They'll give it to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
That's reeled in. It's Claiborne. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Categories.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
Entering play
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Put themselves in a bit of a bind with that last one. Is 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Pocket starts to collapse. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here.
Real.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Demon Deacons line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to throw. It's Fernandez. He's right on target. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that will be plenty for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll throw it on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Bradford.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach. You can basically attack the whole field. You've got an arm like this, and you just put it on the line. It's really nice to have that.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Going for it all. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, UNLV.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
All tied up, just about set to kick it away. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. I can't think of anything that frustrates an offensive coordinator more than holding the ball a long time and having no points to show for it, David.
And Reese, first downs, yards, that's not even what they look at anymore. Yards don't really matter.
He's going to throw deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. Offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't big.
AHP draw. AHP count. AHP draw.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. It's a draw. Got to be smart, patient, great
Entering
vision,
play clock.
uses all of that to get to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Ball in the air, intercepted! And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the catch. It's Bradford. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time, the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a
pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Cover 3, Sam blitz, cover 3 thus.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. To the air, it's Fernandez. Using the quick game. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here.
40, special, 3 to 4. Under, there are 5, FS, DGL safety.
3rd and goal coming up here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Right down the boulevard, it's good.
Special teams have 7 options.
Now they have the
Turn
lead.
left is selected.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Just enough time for one final play in this half. The give to the back. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Winston-Salem. What a fine performance we've seen. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at a Legacy Stadium.
Entering base model screen.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Demon Deacons will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return.
Overwalk, under.
UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Claiborne. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game.
Fires and picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to throw. It's Fernandez. Gets it out fast. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, UNLV.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing
options,
because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, first down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Green. Stopped after making the catch.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Grabbed in the middle, it's Mays. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him
Entering
down.
play call.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown.
And red
That
option.
was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Entering play
And they'll
call.
bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Flex bone.
Small gain, I know.
FK
But again, the
rocket
defense knows
tosser,
he's going to run the
UBC
football. He's
NTR,
willing to run the
dive.
football, not just drop back and pass. Make him
FK
honor
dive.
the run game. You got to do a lot of
FK
this.
rocket toss roll out. Formation, error. Shot, single, wild, ace double wing. You have 12 options.
After the
H
3-yard
dash
pickup, they come to
selected.
the line, 2nd and 7.
Right.
Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no
Entering
gain.
play call.
Great
Ace
job of
double,
containing
H,
by this
H
defense. And in
smash.
order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point
Audible.
and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will
Entering
bring
play
up 4th
call.
down.
Coach suggestions.
Well, after struggling so
Priority
much in the first half, you
categories.
thought they
You
would have
have
made some
options.
adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Probably hope for a
Entering
little
play
bit more
call.
on that one. It'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line.
You have 7
They'll put the ball in
Rush
play from
outside
their own
is selected.
30-yard line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Comes out throwing on 1st down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and
Entering
pass
play
pro a bit
call.
longer.
And
Against this athletic front seven on
categories. You
defense,
have
it's going to be
70
tough.
actions. Rush outside.
A big play
Audible.
for the defense with the 1st down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on 2nd down. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and then
Entering
threw it
play
in
call.
reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
After the productive 1st down play at 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
They're trying to get to it. He took a hit as he
Entering
couldn't
play call.
deliver the
Coach
football. It's
suggestions.
incomplete
There are
and 4th
8
down's coming.
categories. You have
The
12
Demon
options.
Deacons decide to
Touch
punt it
selected.
away. He'll try to really get into this one. A low line drive and short kick. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV has the edge. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll go to the toss. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They get him down after he makes the catch.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Third down coming up after that completion. Back to pass, it's Fernandez. Twist his way through. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. And the Rebels will call on their punt team. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on categories.
On the run, it's Claiborne. Brought to the ground, but not before getting it up for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6.
Inside only selected. Post.
After run, now throw. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35.
Overwalk.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Rebels. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Florida State is running away with this one right now, and it's kind of felt that way since we saw Chief Osceola and Renegade. They're up 14 over Kent State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires to the wideout. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The sure hands, it's Bradford. Makes the grab and he's dragged down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Relentless, tough running gets it
Entering
down to
play,
the
cover
4.
4 quarters.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You
Entering
know it's
play
coming,
call,
and we are
cover
running
4
right
quarters.
at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
Give cushion.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Rebels! And the route is on. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
Yeah.
Entering paused screen, you have 10 options. Resume is selected.
Confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.